It's Nomsa here at Ngosi Talk Shows. Find your own voice, lead from within. I hope you guys are okay and enjoying the day. So, if it is your first time here at Ngosi Talk Shows, we help our audience find their own voice and lead from within, finding your own voice in marriage, finding your own voice in business, finding your own voice in your personal life, at work, in every area of your life, socializing, just having a voice and be able to be the person that God created you to be. That's what we do here at Ngosi Talk Shows. So the topic today is strategic marriage, when love has a plan and a purpose. Marriage was never meant to be a gamble. It was designed to be strategic, a secret partnership where love meets purpose and emotion meets wisdom. Too often, people marry out of loneliness, out of pressure. The society, they are like, and our families. When you get older, families will be like, keep asking, when are you getting married? When are you having children? Or fleeting passion. But when love is guided by divine strategy, it becomes a force that uplifts, sustains, and transforms lives. A strategic marriage is not about manipulation or control. It's about alignment. Two people working hand in hand, pursuing shared vision while honoring their individual callings. So all those things are important. And also through this journey, the step by step, I'm going to work with you guys so you can uncover how to build or rebuild a relationship that has a direction, that has intention and destiny and is core. So each step will challenge you to think deeply about your relationship, love intentionally, and live purposefully. And so number one, begin with a vision, not emotion. Some people they get married because they want to have children. Some people they get married because they're feeling lonely and there's no intention and there is no big why. Some people, when you have a big vision, like I want to get married, and you have a vision, and the vision aligns with that person. So every get marriage begins with a clear vision, guys. Love is a very, very powerful covenant. But without direction, it loses its purpose. Ask, what do we want to create together? When you meet your spouse, vision keeps you anchored when emotions fluctuate. So I chose this topic. I was listening to Pastor James today, and he was talking about when you are in a relationship, you have to have a vision, you have to have a strategy. And he was also mentioning that through that strategy, and now the bloodlines, both the two bloodlines, they have to align. They have to accept each other. They have to align. So he was saying, because we don't know what happens in the realm of the spirit. Now, I know myself, the secret, what happens in the realm of the spirit, that is sometimes bloodlines cannot accept each other. They don't align. So let's say you are a man. So he was talking about this. Let's say you're a man and you want to get married and you come from maybe in an unwealthy family and your wife comes from a wealthy family. Men sometimes they don't know that they can tap into the woman's bloodline and create wealth for themselves for with that woman so that they can get wealth. So it was like they don't know that. Some people don't know that. If you get married to a wealthy man, you can tap you to a man who comes from a wealthy family. You can tap, both of you can tap into his bloodline and create the wealth that you desire in life. So I was like, this is very interesting. Very, very interesting. So that's why I chose this topic because if you look at it nowadays, there's so many divorce, really, really so many divorce. And also in my relationship as well, when he mentioned that, I actually, when I went to Dublin with to meet Dr. Lukoya, my decision was, okay, this is what I have learned. So I come to this bloodline. I come from a royal family. My children can tap into my bloodline, and my spouse can tap into my bloodline. And I didn't know that the Holy Spirit was speaking to me, can tap into my bloodline. Then I had to accept who I am, where I come from, and the person who I am as a human being and who I become. And and after that, and then I made a decision that I'm going to tap. So what happened is the father of my children come from his dad is one of 12. Um, so when it comes to one of 12, it is a sign that these people have something greater into their bloodline. So they've never ever tapped into it. So they're blessed. It's a bloodline that is blessed. So I was like, my bloodline is blessed. I come from a royal family, and his bloodline is blessed. So I'm going to unleash whatever no one has ever been able to unleash in his bloodline on his behalf and my children's behalf. And these people can live a great life. We can both live that beautiful life where we can create a beautiful life that was created by our ancestors, that it comes from our foundation. So it's like I'm going to tap into that on both bloodlines and unleash it. I got someone angry. I got someone angry by doing that. And I didn't know that I was being challenged. When I got home, um, my spouse changed his mind. So Lucifer controlled him to actually say, who do you think you are? It was like you went to this place. Who do you think you are? You think you're some kind of child with some what was the words with some abilities, but it was him speaking through him. So then, but I couldn't understand why he would interfere. I didn't know, but it was today when, because this thing, in spirit, everything you have to have the knowledge, but some things I don't have the knowledge. I'm learning. I'm a student. I'm learning from Pastor James and from Dr. Lukoya. So he was then, now today he was explaining that when you like, he was like, as a woman you have to be smart, as a man you've got to be smart. So when you marry a woman, if a woman comes from a wealthy bloodline, tap into it and both of you build that wealth together. Or if a man comes from a wealthy bloodline, have a strategy. And also, he was explaining that the bloodline have to align together. Because for me, when my spouse was like, when Lucifer was controlling my spouse that I'm leaving, I saw an angel saying, you're going nowhere. You're staying here. But he hasn't got a clue why you stayed. You're staying here. And I now come to understand that my bloodline and his bloodline came to an alignment. They both agreed. They'd both agreed that we align with each other. Why don't we build something greater together through these kids? And this one, she's determined to build that life. So why don't we align together? So they came to an agreement. So the angel aligned both of them together. So I didn't know what was going on. But they don't have a clue because they don't have the knowledge. Instead, instead of supporting, people are actually putting me down. So that's why I created, and today I've had a Pastor James like saying, why don't you, like he was saying, if a man and a woman, they're aligned together, it was like when people are getting married, they talk about interest, they talk about that. They don't know that they can tap into these things and actually build a life. Because if you look at it nowadays with our generation, guys, if you look at it, our grandparents, my granddad was a very, very rich man, very, 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 very rich. He tapped into his ancestors, into his bloodline. He knew who he was, his bloodline, who they were, and then he tapped into that. But my dad and his siblings, they didn't know when he died, his wealth died with him. They didn't know how to tap into my father's bloodline. But my father, what is so amazing, my father taught me how to tap into his bloodline and create wealth for myself. So my dad used to teach me these things. So I got confused. I don't know why he never actually unleashed the wealth in his family. But now I'm trying to do that. The fight is too much to bear, guys. So that's why I've created this topic to create a strategic marriage, not a marriage where you say, okay, you know what? I like going out. I like doing this. I like doing that. I like doing that. My husband likes doing that. My husband, and then he's a tall guy. He's got blue eyes. He's very tall. Let me find a tall guy, blue eyes, maybe browny hair or black hair. Um, we all have these things. He has to go to the gym maybe 7 days a week, or he has to be cycling, do cycling, or he has to do whatever. Or I'm gonna find a woman who is got blonde, this, that we all design. But all those things, they fade away, guys. Why not create an empire with your spouse? Make your spouse a billionaire. Tap into their whatever. Do some research about their family line and tap into it. And that, to me, that makes sense than to get married to someone just because they're tall. That rich guy, that is not wealth, that he hasn't got money. Do some research. Where does it come from? And then tap into his bloodline and create wealth for empire for both of you. Pastor James is talking from experience. His wife comes from a wealthy family, but she has met in a billionaire just by tapping into her bloodline and also trusting in God. Because God, guys, if you want a strategic marriage, Tony Robbins is the proof of what God can do. He is the proof. Tony Robbins says he has to memorize the Bible. Jim Rohn taught him how to memorize the Bible. And he created his empire. This thing, people have no idea what this thing can do. This thing, the Holy Bible, this thing is holy. Is priceless. It can make you a trillionaire. It can make you a billionaire. It can make you a millionaire. It can create a strategic marriage. It can give you good health. It can give you happiness. It can take sickness away. It can heal. It can do everything that you ever wanted in life is in here. But guess what? People say, I'm not a Christian. If you look at every billionaire, they believe in God, even if they don't. They believe in this thing. Every celebrity, that has made it, they believe in God, although they go away because they go to church before they sell their soul. This thing is great, it's holy, pure, pure, pure wood. So that was the reason, guys. He also mentioned about the blueprint in the bloodline, how you can have a blueprint with your wife and create a strategic marriage. So that's why I was like, okay, let me create a topic out of this and see if my audience are going to like it or not. But if you guys don't like it, it's fine. You can let me know. But I think he makes sense. I think he's going somewhere with this. And so after that, so number one, define your core values. Number two, begin with the vision. That was number one. Number two, define your values. Values are the foundation of your strategy. Without shared values, trust, integrity, faith, loyalty, even strong attraction fades. A couple that aligns in values works in peace and mutual respect. I've had people, guys, those who have aligned values, like number three, when you understand the divine timing. Not every connection is meant for this season. A strategic marriage honors God's timing, waiting with patience, not pressure. What comes too early can crumble. What aligns with purpose endures. So there are some people who are like, Nomsa, I'm not married, but my friends, they are married. So I feel like there is something wrong with me just because I'm not married. I feel like I've got friends who are married, they've got children, but they don't understand. When you don't understand that everything has timing, then that's when people end up falling in love with just anybody because they want to get married, because their friends are married. That's not how it works in this world. We get married because of God's timing. God may want you to heal your heart. Like I was thinking yesterday that when I decided to go through, people on my social media, sometimes they bully me, like, Nomsa, why do you have to talk about your problems on social media? Why do you have to talk about this? What they don't understand is that this is the work that I decided to do, that I'm gonna go all in and do the work for God and help my audience. And that comes with the challenges that I have had to face. That people might have different challenges in their lives, but some people give up when they faced with challenges. They give up. So when it comes to strategic marriage, when it comes to a shared vision, when it comes to God's timing, guys, it does not mean when your friends gets married today, you have to find some guy and get married for the sake of getting married. It means God is timing. If it means God, you got to get married at 50, like Lisa Nicholson, when she explains about her marriage, it brings joy into my heart because the woman decided to keep herself. She decided to wait for the right guy. She was no longer wanting to get married for the sake of marriage, to have a relationship for the sake of marriage. She wanted a relationship that has a strategy, a relationship that has a meaning. She wanted a guy that will honor her, she will honor her husband. And she found that, but it came with a waiting price. She had to wait. So, guys, for those who are following me, if you are following me and you are like, why is my life like this? Why my friend are living like this? It means you're crucifying yourself. You are delaying yourself. The question that you should be asking is, God, I will not leave you until thy bless me. You remember what blind Bartimaeus did. He cried for mercy. When he wanted God to bless him, he cried for mercy. And he said, Jesus, son of David, have mercy on me. And God asked him, what do you want me to do? People tried to shut blind Bartimaeus. They tried to shut him up. But God said, no, let me listen to him. You know why? Because he was loud. He was screaming. He knew that, like what I'm trying to say to you, if it's the marriage that you want, to have this strategic marriage, to have a happy marriage, to have a marriage that you'll be happy, that aligns, that is God's timing that I'm talking about. You're gonna have to cry out loud. You're gonna have to cry to God for him to hear your cry so he can answer you. That's all you're going to have to do, not to compare, not to get married to some guy. Because we want to get married. We want him to pick a ring on it. We're not going to get married to some woman because we want to, for the sake of making our mothers happy, for the sake of making our fathers happy, for the sake of I'm married. No, we're going to wait for God's timing. And that's what this step 3 says. God is timing. Understand the divine timing. Not every connection is meant to last. So that is important, guys. Build a friendship first with that person. Get to know them first. Build that friendship before marriage. Build a genuine friendship. That friendship, it will reveal its character, communication style, consistently, the unseen pillars that sustain lifelong love. You get to know the person. It's like when you watch me on social media. If you say, okay, I wanna get married to Nomsa. I got to get to know you. You got to get to know me. But getting to Nomsa, living with Nomsa, getting married to Nomsa, it means at 3 a.m. I got to pray. While you're all sleeping, I got to fight Satan. I got to go transit in the realm of the spirit and fight Satan. At midnight, I got to fight Satan. If someone in my bloodline are sick, or if someone, a friend, are ill, I got to tarry, I got to pray for healing, I got to go to the altar. Pastor Henry has given me an altar for marriage, to help those singles to get married. So I got to go for 2 hours in that altar and tarry with those people and pray for them. So if that's what comes with the prize when you want to marry Nomsa, it comes with a prize. But Nomsa also will give you her time as well. So that comes with me. It's something that comes with me. So you can evaluate and see, is this the kind of relationship that I want to be? Is this the kind of a person I want to marry that has that? I'm not religious, guys. I don't like people calling me religious because my Christianity hasn't got rules. I have to obey God, but I don't have rules where I'll put rules in place. For me, I go to this Bible. What does God say I should do? That's what I do. I don't make rules up as I go along. God was crucified by religious people so that we understand. So when you want to marry the person, you have to have a friendship with that person. But they are divine connection. When God makes that divine connection, guys, God can make you ill if you don't obey. I'm not sure if people are aware. It's like everybody keeps telling me that, Nomsa, you don't have to talk about God. You don't have to do this. What they don't understand is if I don't do the gift, what God gave me, God can kill me for not obeying, for disobeying Him. He can kill me. But people don't understand that when you have a gift, and you disobey, when God gives you a gift to say, this is the gift, to use it to my children, to do this to my people, use this. When you don't do it, that's when God can put sickness in you. That's when God can kill you. But by just disobeying, people think God is so some lovely, lovely people. Is very, very, very loving and caring God. But he doesn't have time for explanation. When he gives you an assignment, that is your assignment. You go, you get on and you do it. You don't question. You don't doubt him. So now comes to marriage, guys. Let's go back to marriage. I'm just trying to make you guys have the picture of life. Because sometimes people, we make mistakes sometimes by judging ourselves. So, like, I'm not married. Why are my friends married? I don't have this. Why is Nomsa got business? I don't have a business. But you can have the business. You can have the courage. You can take the coaching for you to boost your confidence in anything that you want to do. So marriage is like that, is waiting for the right time and everything aligning with your desires, what you want. You have clarity, intentions early. Be clear with your intentions and your expectations. A relationship without divine intentions leads to confusion. Clarity protects both the heart and build mutual trust. Heal it before you unite. Unhealed wounds create toxic patterns. A strategic marriage requires two whole individuals, not two broken souls seeking rescuing. Healing is preparation for healthy loving. I come from a broken marriage, guys. Coming from a broken marriage, my mom and my dad divorced. So I had to heal myself. I had to heal my heart. My prayer every single day is God to heal my heart. So I had to learn to heal my heart. So in order for my relationship to work, I need to meet a man who is healthy. If he comes from a wounded family, if that man is wounded, I need to meet a man that is ready to work on their wounds, healing, go through healing, who's not afraid to go through healing. And then that will align, our relationship will align with where we're going. So we both have to have a clarity of where our relationship is going. Align our relationship, it has to align spiritually. A couple that prays together stays aligned together. Spiritually, unity brings divine favor and discernment, helping you navigate challenges with grace. If you tell me the people that are not Christian, who are happy in a relationship, guys, is those who understand that God exists, is those who everything they do it together, not separate. They do everything together, and that works. But nowadays comes our generation. Our generation, we are like, don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me do this, don't tell me that. We don't know that a relationship is all about sitting down, planning, having a strategy that work both of us, that makes my husband happy, that makes me happy. A strategy that we align and help our children be happy. We don't know all these things. Nowadays, we think about relationship is about going out, dining, is about going out on holidays, nice holidays, having sex, kissing, and that's it. And making children. And that's what the relationship people think it is. But it's deep. If you can dig deep, you can find a happiness within. And couples that praise together, that are honoring each other. If you look at uh, you look at these biggest pictures, they always mention their spouse. That I am where I am because they're always acknowledging, like Tony Robbins and acknowledge his wife. And his wife is there, always with him. You look at all these big speakers who are married, Dean Grazias, his wife is always there with his children. He always mentioning his kids. He's always mentioning his family because he wants the world to know that I did not create this empire on my own. There's a woman who is responsible for me creating this empire. So he always does that. So now you can see that alignment. If you go to if I go to Pastor James always acknowledging his wife. Dr. Olukoya, he always acknowledges his wife. His wife, when she comes online, is my best friend. He always talks about him first. My pastor, my best friend, my all in all. So she acknowledges her husband. He acknowledges his wife. That guys, I would not be here if it wasn't for my wife. And she acknowledges her husband that I would not be here if it wasn't for my wife. So they acknowledge each other, and that is power. The little things that we take for granted, those little things are what makes relationship work. Number 7, access compatibility beyond chemistry. Some people, they think that the chemistry is everything. So chemistry is what makes a relationship work. Chemistry may ignite attraction, but compatibility sustains connection. Align emotionally, intellectually, spiritually, and financially, not just physically. Like when you are compatible with someone, like guys, for me, let's go to my interest. I like sports, but I don't want to, I'm okay getting married to someone who doesn't like sports, but who allows me to go and watch my football when I want to. I'm not like, if I like something, but I came to train myself that everything that I like, I cannot be obsessed with it. I cannot be obsessed and say, okay, I like football, so football comes first. No, I cannot be obsessed with that. So everything, the interest and everything, when we talk about chemistry, we talk about compatibility, we go deep. Compatibility, I'm a businesswoman. One day, I know God, you hear me, you hear my cry every single day. One day, I like to be a billionaire. One day, I want to be Gary to make me a billionaire. One day. And for me to do that, I need a man that will allow me to build empire. I need a man who is willing to be an architect. Bring a vision and Nomsa mentor that vision to come to light. I'm okay with that. So some of you see me studying. I don't study to work for anybody. I study to have qualifications. So whatever I want to build, based on that qualifications, so I can qualify. If I want to build a university, like a motivational university, I got to have a degree, guys. I got to have some degree, knowledge, education. So I got to have a little bit of knowledge um, for that, for me to be able to build a university for people. I got to have a PhD. But there's no rush for it. There's no rush for degree or anything like that. So I'm trying to show you guys that you can build the life that you want. Chemistry, when it comes to chemistry with your when it comes to compatibility, everything has to align spiritually, financially, not just physically. Everything has to align emotionally. Where we're going, connections. That's what sustains connection. Communication with compassion. Strategic marriages thrive on open, honest, and kind communication. Words can heal, they can destroy. Use them wisely. Listen with empathy, not ego. Know each other's purpose in a relationship. And for a relationship with the strategy, you have to know each other's purpose. Ask each other, what is your life mission? A purposeful marriage, harmonizing two calling, creating a partnership that serves something greater than yourself. So ask your spouse, what's their calling? What do they want to achieve in life? Learn each other's love language. Understand how your spouse gives, receives love, create a deeper connection. Love strategically in the language they understand. They can love you in the language they understand. Manage conflict with maturity. That's really, really important. Conflict is inevitable, but chaos is a choice. Approach disagreement is an opportunity to understand, not to win, but to bring peace, to have a peace and strategic. So protect your union from outside influence. Families, like set boundaries. Your faith, your family, they don't have to know your problems in a relationship. Friends and social media, they don't have to know your problems in a relationship. Marriage must be protected from external noise and unnecessary opinion. So, guys, if you look at it, I don't put my problems with my spouse. I put that problem with the social media, with the social services. The reason why I put that problem, or sometimes I put problems with my, like, the problems that are connected with the spirit of human blood sacrifice. The reason why I do that, because sometimes people, there's one thing that people, they don't understand what this spirit does, the human blood sacrifice. It's a spirit that manipulates people. It talks through people. It can communicate with you to pick up the phone call. If I wanted money, I can go to the bank. And if I wanted to join Lucifer, I can go to the bank. Bank can write me a check for 1 million if I wanted to. So that's what kind of a thing that it is. So why I share, sometimes I share it because I don't want people to play games with it. So your marriage, when you are married to someone, don't go to your in-laws. Like my in-laws, they're not my best friend. My children's family, they're not my best friend. They can turn against me within a second. If they want to be my best friend, I let them be my best friend. But now I'm telling you, in reality, If I go and talk about their son, what do you think they're going to think of me as a person? If I say your son is this, he is this, is this, is this, is this, is not good, he is this, is this. I'm thinking because they love me, they're going to side with me. But when their son comes, they side with their son. So they're not your friend. They're not your best friend where you can go and talk things about their son. That's why you have friends. That's why you have family. So you go and talk to their son, to your friends, to your family. They leave their family out of it. So for me, I am aware that my family's friend, my children is family. No matter how much they love me, I got to keep that love real. And whenever I have problems with their son, I will not go to them. I'll go to my friends because they will listen, but they will take sight. When he comes, they will see me as someone who is not good for their son. So the best way is not to talk to them. Even to my mom, to my own family, I can't talk about my spouse, the bad things about my spouse, how bad he is. Why? Because they will start disrespecting him. So the best plan is if I have a problem, get a coach, go to friends, go, yeah, somewhere else. If I talk to my mom and say, this guy is doing this guy is this guy is that, to them, they've raised me. They've cried for me to be alive. They have done so many things for me to be where I am today. So what do you think they're going to say? They're going to side with me. And me, I'm gonna go and make up with my spouse. And now my family gonna start disliking my spouse, but not because of what my spouse has done, because of what I have done. I have gone and backstabbed my spouse to my family, and the guy doesn't know anything. So after backstabbing my spouse, and when I'm done, and my family now they're like, you don't treat our child very well. So they're gonna start giving him attitude. So which is not good. So what is important, guys, is when you have a problem, go to your friends. Go to um someone that can listen to you. Go to the coach, find a coach, talk about your troubles with your spouse. I don't talk about my spouse to my friends because I don't want them to disrespect him. Actually, I don't talk about anybody. I don't. Sometimes I come and talk on social media. People, they're like, we know Nomsa's life. No, you don't. It's only when this spirit is involved, because this spirit is very, very, very. There's something that I'm not saying. Something that I'm not saying about it. But by the time people realize it will be too late. I kept it quiet even to my family. My mom, she's a woman of God. My mom prays. It was then my mom realized that Nomsa, this spirit is not what you are telling us. What is it? Because she had asked me. She had said she wanted to know. So I had to tell her. And she was like, you know what? When you pray, give me your prayers that you use so I can use them. So that's the problem. So back to the topic that I was talking about the relationship, that any problems in your relationship, keep them to yourself. Not to yourself, like not having people to confide. Guys, there's so many relationships that have been destroyed by friends, People will go and confide with their friends, and the friend with a woman will go and confide to her other girlfriend, and her girlfriend will think they are better than, they can look after her husband better, and the girl end up taking her husband. Betrayal. Family. A man will go and talk about their spouse to their family, because there's two sides of the story, and the family will be like, leave her. Some family are wicked, and then he leaves a good relationship. A man as well. A woman will go and talk to their family, and they'll be like, you're better off. Because to them, it's all about protecting their child. There's two sides of the story, guys. So it's important. So when people say Nomsa talks on social media, I don't. Trust me, I don't. The only thing that I talk about is the stuff with the spirit. That's all I talk about. But when it comes to my relationship, when it comes to more things about my life and my children, I talk about the filming, I talk about all that stuff, because I want you guys to follow my children's films that they make, all these things that I talk about. But when you actually talk to people, they'll be like, Nomsa, she talks about her life, I don't. And I also had to talk about this social services. But now you can see social services, they started when? In my life, in my relationship. 2015, 2016, was it 2017? 2017. And I've never spoke. I'm only speaking now to warn these people that think they're smart, but they're not. So that's what making me speak, to say, listen, I'm not what you think I am. So in a relationship, all these things, guys, try to keep romance alive. Build a financial unit. Money can unite or it can divide. Plan together. Budget together. Dream together. Financial transparency strengthens trust. Keep the romance alive. Strategy including passion, small gestures, date night, and emotional intimacy. Keep loving fresh. Romance is not luxury, it's maintenance. Honor roles, share responsibilities. A strategic marriage is built on a teamwork. Respect each other's strength, divide duties wisely, and honor both leadership and support. Forgive quickly, heal slowly. Forgiving is really, really important. Offense will come, but forgiveness is key. Forgive fast, but take time to heal deeply. Don't let resentment become passion. Grow together intentionally, intellectually. So it's important when you learn together, when you read, attend workshop together, discuss life goals. Intellectual growth keeps your bond evolving with time. Um, Accountability keeps you grounded. Invite trusted mentors, spiritual leaders, wise couples to guide your journey. Have someone that can coach you for your relationship to work. Prioritize peace over pride. Pride destroys what patience could repair. Choose peace, even when you have the right to be angry. Maturity sustains love. Celebrate small wins with your spouse. Appreciate is a love strategy. Appreciation is a love strategy. Celebrate milestones, both small. Gratitude strengthens the emotional connection. Support each other's dreams. A strategic marriage nurtures both individuals and shared dreams. Encourages and don't compete with each other. Two visions can complement each other if rooted in mutual respect. Some couples, they compete against each other. I don't study guys to compete with a man. I can tell you that I don't study to compete. I study for the knowledge, for me to build my life, to build the life that I have with the men that I love. I don't study. When you start competing with each other, this thing that I told Satan once, he wanted me to compete with my friends. He wanted me to compete with the people that I love. And I said to him, do you know what it takes for me to build my business? And I said, it takes stress. It takes courage. It takes time. It takes time to pray to God to give me business ideas. And you want me to go with my egos and say to my friends that I'm better than you. I was like, I ain't gonna do that. Because when I'm building my business, I have to sweat. I have to do some research. So I said that I don't never met anyone who has a business that shows off. I have to be humbled. So I don't know, guys, why couples compete, and they do. They compete against each other. They do. They do. So I don't know why, but the people do. But the answer is don't compete against each other. Because you know why these two people are together. If I have a degree and my spouse had gone to college, he hasn't got a degree, it does not mean that he is no. Some people, they are built to do things practically. Some people, they are gifted that way, to do things practical with the hands. They are gifted. Like I always see my daughter's father, and I'm tired of telling people how good they are. And sometimes I give up. I see my daughter's father is a very, very intelligent guy. So I look at him, I'm like, what is he doing? He builds other people's lives, businesses. And I'm like, what is he doing? But you can't tell someone until that person is started believing in themselves. He hasn't got a degree, but he can build anything. When you buy something, you bring it at home. It doesn't use instruction. He just takes it and he builds it. It works. So what I'm trying to say, guys, competition in a relationship, it does not work. I'm gonna buy a big present for our child, or I'm even gonna buy even better than yours. Competition, it does not work. Relationship is a partnership. You got to share those goals together. Create a family board, family vision board. Visualize your shared goals, family, faith, finances, future. Visualize a reminder keeps your heart aligned in one direction. Keep emotional transparency. Speak your truth with love. Emotional honesty builds intimacy. Silence builds distance. Let vulnerability be your strength. Practice patience during transition. Life changes, cares, like maybe careers, children, aging parents, requires grace. Strategies couples adapt with love and understanding. Like I'm getting old, guys. You can, like, if you look at my pictures, I'm getting old. So I need to have a strategy. Stay rooted in gratitude. Focus on what's working, what's not missing, not what's missing. Gratitude magnifies joy and softens disappointment. Revisit your vows, not just anniversaries, but the vows that you made for each other. Speak life over your relationship. A renewed promises keeps the fire burning. Maintain healthy boundaries, respect personal boundaries, individuality and privacy, boundaries, nature, respect, and emotional safety. Balance the intimacy and independence. Togetherness is beautiful, but individuality sustains attraction. Keep your individuality. A healthy marriage allows both connection and personal growth. Guard against comparison. Never compare your life with anyone. I always tell my friends to never compare their life with my life, because if I can tell you what the things that I have to do to be where I am today, if you were to compare your life with Nomsa, that would be a torture. That wouldn't be fair. That wouldn't be fair to a human being. I don't go to bed. I only sleep 4 hours. I take 2 hours to pray to God. Sometimes I can battle with the ancestors in the realm of the spirit. Sometimes I can battle with Lucifer in the realm of the spirit. For me to get to where I need to be, to get to this character that people are now rejecting, that they don't want. They are like, Nomsa, you are too much. Nomsa this, Nomsa this. This character, it comes with a price. I have to fast. I have to do cleansing. Sometimes there are times where I have to cry. There are times where sometimes I have to go to God and cry and cry and cry and cry until God gives me judgment. If it has to be 2 hours, if it has to be 3 hours, imagine you don't know me and you come to me and you compare your life with me. And that is a torture. It's not fair. So that's why I always say to people that never compare your life with anyone. Comparison is the thief of joy. When you compare your life with another human being, guys, when I went through what I went through, human blood sacrifice, there's one thing that Satan taught me, that it being me, it takes patience. Having a beautiful marriage, I have to work for it. I don't get what I deserve. I get what I fight for. That's what I get rewarded. What I fight for. I graduated 3 weeks ago. I fought for me to be where I am. I had to. I've got kids. There were times where sometimes I wanted to give up, but I couldn't give up. So relationship is like that. You don't get what you get. You don't get what you want. You get what you fight for. Time, give it a time. A relationship requires time. It requires you to understand the rhythm of life, not the comparison, not comparing. Keep laughter in the relationship. What brought you together with your spouse? Keep it going. Joy is a healing force. Love often plays together. Keep humor alive is the secret ingredients of lasting love. When I was a child, I never got angry with anyone. I'm always been like that. I don't get angry. People seems to think Nomsa has changed. No, I've gone to my original self. But when I came to the UK, I made friends. I started getting angry, getting upset. But when I started cleansing, after I had my sacrifice, it was then and now I asked God to restore my original. And God restored my original. I don't have time, guys, for nonsense. That's what I can tell you. I don't have time for nonsense. I don't have time for stories. The stories that I have is the stories of joy. If there's problems in a relationship, I like to fix it. My assignment is to make us work. If a man is going to manipulate me, is going to bring the blame, I don't have time for that. I'm not perfect. For me, is the laughter that we have. My ex could not understand what kind of a person I am. He came back one day and said, Nomsa, now I get you. Because I used to tell him, if I get depressed, if I get anxiety, when all this happens, when the problem gets sorted, I get to be left with stress. I get to left with anxiety. So why should I bother myself going to stress myself in the first place? I shouldn't bother myself. All I can do is just go to the fridge, get fruits and eat my fruits and eat healthy and solve problems. That's all I can do. And get helpers who can help me with whatever I'm struggling with instead of me stressing myself. It's not worth it, guys. Laughter in a relationship. We get into this world where people end up with the anxiety. They're comparing with their life with the other people. Me, when I post my every post that I post on social media is for you to understand that problems exist behind this beautiful woman, behind this powerful woman. There are problems behind her. So what can you do to do that is when you have a problem, you rise in your relationship. When you have a problem with your children, you rise. Because in that relationship, guys, when the joy, if you decide to write off joy, what Satan does, Satan will bring problems with your children, hit you. And then he'll bring health. When you solve the problem with the children, he'll bring health. Depressed, stressed. And when he is done with that, it'll be the kitchen, something, maybe boiler, not working. When he's done with that, it will be work. Your colleague becomes funny. Imagine, can you have a life then? No, you can't. That means you have a dead marriage. Now you see where I come from? People don't understand. That's why I refuse to get stressed. If I'm faced with problems, I'm like, I can solve this if I can solve this. Or I say, God help me if God helps me. Or if he brings someone to help me, I solve problems. But I can't. Guys, I just refuse. And the attitude that I have is the attitude that helped me with my survival. People are in a dead marriage because they don't understand that marriage to work, they have to work on that marriage. When life gives you something you did not ask, you have to use gratitude. I'm so grateful, honey, we have each other. But they turn against each other and they become the problems, and the problems start controlling everything, and they all dead zombies because life is full of problems. Why not dance away your problems? Why not in a relationship celebrate joy together? Have joy. What brought you together in the first place? What makes you guys be the people that you are? What are you grateful of in that relationship? It could be the children that you have both together that brings joy. It could be that. Remember, not a relationship is depressing all the time. It's not. It's not. Relationship is not depressing all the time. So it can have joy. That is if you want to give it joy. you can have joy. You have control how your relationship will look like. So keep laughter, anchor in faith during storms, because the storms will come. This is when you need you need God. When challenges rises, remember your foundation. Faith turns trials into testimonies. A strategy couple prays through pain. Guys, stay teachable. No matter how long you've been together, there's always more to learn. Humility keeps the marriage growing and evolving. Leave a legacy of love behind. Your marriage should inspire others. Learn by example. Let your union reflect grace, forgiveness, and divine purpose, guys. Keep God at the center of your marriage. The greatest strategy of all divine alignment, a marriage that centers on God will never lose its direction, because love that begins in Him always finds its way home. That's why you see me how much I love God. God has saved me. He saved me twice. I will not be here today, guys. Once when I was in Africa, somebody hit me in the head. I died and they hit me somewhere. God brought me back. That was Him, His love for Him. My sacrifice, He brought me back. But He can do that if you allow Him into your marriage. That's how much I love God, is because of what He is as a human being. He restores what you have lost. He restores. He helps you become who you are meant to become. He helps you in your marriage. Yesterday, I received a parcel for my daughter. My daughter, she's at school, she's at uni. I received a parcel for her. And I opened that parcel and I said, you know what? I don't know how to describe how much God loves my children. Guys, I don't know how to explain to you how much Jesus loves my kids. My kids are looked after by God. Anything I cannot afford, God will make sure He provides a helper for them. He will make sure He provides a helper for them. That's how much God loves these kids. Anything that I cannot provide, He will provide a helper to help my children in my life. So imagine if you put your trust, your marriage, your trust in Him. When life doesn't make sense, He will make it make sense, because He will speak into your spouse's heart to help them. He will speak into your heart and help you where you find yourself stuck. Everything that I do, guys, I don't do it because I'm smart. No. I do it because of God has mercy on me, because of His love and mercy and grace. Not because I'm some mambo jumbo Nomsa who just is religious. I don't do those kind of things. I just love God for who He is. For who He is. That's the love that's how much I love Him, for what He is. So in your marriage, make sure God is part of it. When I was going through human blood sacrifice, the day Lucifer wanted to sacrifice me, he showed up. He's silent. He's silent. His love took over me. Everything took over me. Lucifer was there. He knew God was there. He knew he can no longer take my life. But he started making promises that join me. If you join me, I'll make you rich. I'll give you the whole world. But God was there in silence. I don't come to give you wealth, but I come to love you. I come to give you life. I come because you're my child. And I come to love you. He was silent. He doesn't talk. That love. And you could feel Satan obeying his love because I had allowed him to enter my life. So that's the reason, guys, I love God. So I hope those who pray for their relationship, I hope that, guys, if you're in a relationship, I hope you build your relationship with your spouse and take your relationship to the next level and build it how you want it to become. With your children, I hope you will raise your children based on what God wants, based on his love for you and for the children. For me, I can tell you, these people that went and reported me, they have no idea. My children are loved by God, by the Holy Spirit. Every single day they are protected. God will remind me. Nomsa, it's time to remind your daughter with homework. If I'm not here, if my daughter has her father, the Holy Spirit will do the work. Kayla, it's time to do your homework. That's the love that I have in my life. It can never fail. It's the love that can never fail. If I don't have money, God provides for these kids. The clothes. What I'm talking about, I'm going to share it with you one day. I'm going to share with you a testimony one day. God bless you guys. Live with grace. If you're watching from YouTube, please do subscribe and follow our channel. Be part of the family. Don't watch my talk show, guys, to judge me. Sometimes the Spirit give me faces that this one watches your talk show secret to judge you. Just watch my talk show, leave a message. I love God very, very much, guys. My mom is a pastor, so who knows, one day I might become not a pastor. I'll never be a pastor, but I might be one of those people that goes removing altar in the city. So I might do that ministry where I'll just go and where Satan is left an altar, I just remove it. Like in Henley, he left the altar of social services to take the children from their parents. Someone has to remove that altar. That's the job. I think that's the job of the pastors, that they have to do it. I have to do it too. So if you're watching on social media, Facebook, we have two groups, Unique Billionaire Mindset and Gossip Talk Shows. Please join the two groups and be part of the family. Don't miss Nomsa's videos. My life is hilarious, guys. I'm trying to make it hilarious. Every single day I try to give you gossip, something for you to talk about. every single day I try to give you something to talk about because I know you guys like to talk. So I try to give you that. With my imperfection life. My life is not perfect. It looks perfect, but it's not. That's what I'm trying, I think, to the message that I'm trying to send across. Like when you look at me, you are like, she's dressed well, she's so beautiful, she's got her life figured out. I have figured my life out, but not on my own, with God. The Holy Spirit is my anchor, my everyday guidance. So I figured my life out that way. But on my own, I don't think I can have this attitude, the character that I have. I don't think I can have the strength that I have. So that's the message that I try to send across. So if you're watching me on LinkedIn, make sure that you join me on my Facebook page. My Facebook page, anything goes. It's where I share so many things. But there will be time, guys, where I will not be sharing my problems. You know why? Because this is the journey where I'm going. When I get bigger and get that breakthrough that I keep asking God, it will then be time where it will now be difficult to get Nomsa. So learn as much as you can while Nomsa is working with you. And also, I'm trying to teach you guys that you can look back one day and say, I followed her story. I'm inside that story. When this woman, before she became a billionaire, I followed her. When social services was giving her problems, I followed her. I used to watch her children. She used to post her children. And my children, maybe sometimes they will be grown and leading their own lives as well. So that story is important, guys, to walk along with me. And my story is not perfect. So that's the message that I'm trying to put across. I'm not trying to put a perfect life out there. It doesn't exist. So I might not be able to I put 20, maybe 10% of my life. But for you to learn from it, to walk with it and say, if this girl can be this, what's stopping me becoming the woman, becoming the man that I'm supposed to be? That's all my posts are about. They are all educational. And someday, when it comes to, you might hear maybe Nomsa raised someone from the wheelchair. So I want you guys to say, I followed her. I followed Nomsa on social media until she got into this stage. I want you to be able to tell that story. Who knows? I might raise someone from the dead because I'm fasting. I'm on nearly 700 days. I might do that. So I want you to say, I know her. I want you to be able to send me a message on Facebook and say, Nomsa, I know I'm following you. I've been following you. Be able to tell me my story back. But people are judging, which I'm loving it, by the way. When people are judging me, I just love it. When they say, Nomsa, you can't do that, I just love it. Because my intentions is for you guys, I know where I'm going. I know where God is taking me. But all I want is to make sure that you guys understand the journey comes with challenges. And those challenges continue to be greater than you ever thought you could be. God bless everyone. Remember to go to the website as well and sign up for coaching. Sign up for love if you're single. Sign up for love. Nomsa, she's a matchmaker. a love harmonist. I don't call myself a matchmaker. I call myself a love harmonist. I'm a relationship coach. So if you want coaching, go sign up. Business-wise, Grant is a business coach. I'm not a business coach. I know I built my business, but I don't have time to coach you because I have my own business coach. So I don't have time to say, I'm going to coach you this business. I don't think I have that knowledge. Not yet. Yeah, I've suffered enough to know how business, the challenges about businesses. But it's Grant who is a business coach. I like to direct people to the right direction. So it's Grant who is a business coach. And God bless you guys. I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is me, Shireen, Carol Ann, and Kamau if he's available.